Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Root Yoga Therapy. I'm Jasmine Leventhal, your certified yoga therapist, and this is our postpartum series, and it's going to be about wellness, recovery. You guys know what's up. So today's practice is going to be all about upper body strength and just kind of getting that upper body strength back and seeing where we are. And now if you've done some of my other practices, you are hopefully pretty warmed up and are slowly getting back maybe into a routine. But even if you're not, this is approachable for anybody. So hop into something comfy and join me on your mat. Welcome back. So we're going to get started in child's pose today. Again, always have 2 blocks. That's just something I just make standard. So anytime you're going to be joining me, try and have props ready to go. If you don't have blocks, you can always use books or just something that you feel would be supportive for when we move throughout our practice. I'm taking my blocks to the top of the mat just so I have them ready, and then finding my way into child's pose. You're going to bend your knees, hit your sit bones back towards your heels, and slowly start to come down, resting your forehead on the mat. Now this would be a great place to have a block if you're already feeling that this is too much pressure, either on your low back, on your shoulders. You can take a block and rest your forehead right on the block, and that'll give you some added support and comfort. And take full deep breaths in and out through your nose. And slowly starting to soften into the pose, just noticing where your body is today, how you're feeling today, what your energy level is like, giving yourself like a little check-in and assessment. And starting to reach your arms forward. If you are using that block, go ahead and move it out of the way for a moment. Press your arms forward, starting to activate into your arms by pushing your hands down into your mat. Fingertips are pressing into the mat. And kind of lifting the forearms off the mat so the arms are getting really strong. And you should start to feel this stretch through the side of your body as well here. Take some good breaths into the back of your body, feeling the back ribs expand. Good. And then slowly walking your hands over to the left side of your mat, keeping your hips in child's pose, stretching through the right side of your body. As you inhale, walking your hands back through center and over to the right side of your mat, stretching through the left side of your body. And then back to center. Keeping your arms nice and activated, sliding your way up into a tabletop position, and then pausing here. Inhale, cat-cow pose, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding into the spine. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Exhaling, rounding into your spine. Good. Start to shift forward, just doing little hip circles, swinging your hips over to the right, and then back towards the heels, to the left, forward, keeping your arms nice and strong to help stabilize you as you move. Go one more time in the clockwise position, and then we'll rotate going counterclockwise. Good, and switch, hips over to the left, back towards your heels, and then over to the right. And then again. And one more time. Good. Pausing here. Start to get really strong, extending your right leg, or I'm sorry, your left leg back, Take the toes off the mat, draw the navel in, take a full breath in, balancing cat pose, reach the right arm forward, and then noticing your balance today, taking a big breath, and as you exhale, you're going to bring knee to elbow, elbow to knee, crunching towards midline. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, draw it inward. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, draw it in. 2 more. Good. Inhale, re-extend, full breath. Exhale, right hand down, left knee down, and switch, right leg back, left arm forward. Finding your balance here, drawing the belly in, finding that core stability. And then as you exhale, elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. And last one. Good. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, hands to your mat. Good. Curl your toes, shift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now this is actually a really strong pose to build upper body strength, especially in your shoulders. So firm your hands into the mat, fingertips should be pressing. You can have that nice soft bend in your knees. Sometimes if we're really tight in the backs of our legs and we try and straighten our legs, we end up rounding our back, and we don't want that. So take that bend if you feel that, at least for this first one. Keep your hips nice and high. Start to lengthen through your spine, and then feel your forearms kind of lifting up and away from the mat. So that you're not sinking into your shoulders, you're not sinking into your elbows. You want to really activate your arms here so they're doing quite a bit of work. It's not a resting pose, despite what many classes kind of teach, that this is a resting pose. This is an extremely active pose. It's a lot on the arms, it's heavy on the shoulders. So take some breaths here as you start to lean in. See if you can find a little more space through the upper back by kind of wrapping your shoulder blades around your body, creating space through the neck. Keep lifting those forearms away. Good. On your next inhale, you're going to glide forward into a plank position. You can always drop down to the knees for planks on the knees. So here's a plank position. If you want, you can drop the knees down, keep the belly hugging in. And then as you exhale, lift the knees if you're in that modified plank and head back downward facing dog. So I'm just going to do the full plank. Again, feel free to modify with the knees down. Inhale, coming forward, plank pose or modified plank on the knees. Keep the belly in, arms strong. Exhale, shift the hips back. 2 more. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, shift back. And as you shift back, feel as though your core is drawing you back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, draw back. And last time. Inhale, shift forward. And draw back. Good. Pause here. Take an inhale. Come back into that plank position. And let's all drop down to the knees. Modified plank. We're going to lower down slow for a chaturanga pose or half push-up. So bend the knee, bend the elbows, slowly coming down. Pause here and push up. 2 more. Inhale. Bend the elbows, lower halfway and push up. Last one. And push up. Good. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, bend the elbows. Come all the way down to your belly. And soften the toes. Then bringing your hands back towards your ribs, elbows hug in, press down through the tops of your feet. Little cobra pose, taking an inhale. Lift your chest. Pause here. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, lift the chest. Pause here. See if you can get like maybe half an inch higher, and then float your hands away from the mat. Use some back strength, draw the navel in, support the low back muscles. Good. Soften your hands down, curl your toes under. Either move through that full push-up position, or you can move through the knees. So full push-up would be pushing straight back up into that high plank. If you're moving through the knees, it would look something like this. And then however you get there, shift the hips back, downward facing dog. One full breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Take an inhale, raise your right leg up and back behind you. As you exhale, step, scooch, walk that right foot up to your hands and pause here. Find that nice deep stretch in a low lunge position. Good. Take your left foot forward, folding at the top of your mat. Inhale, arms reach skyward, full breath in. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold, root your hands down, step it back into that high plank position or modified plank on the knees. And again, lower slowly, and I mean slow, all the way down to your mat. Untuck the toes, inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release the chest, either curling the toes once again, pressing back into your high plank position, or moving through plank on the knees to downward facing dog. On the in-breath, pressing through the hands, hips back, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches. Exhale, draw the left knee into the chest, step, scooch, walk the left foot up to the hands. Pause here in the low lunge position. Keep your back leg nice and strong. And then drive that back leg forward, right foot meets left, folding at the top of your mat. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, we're gonna flow. Inhale, arms reach skyward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward. Exhale, release the hands, step back, high plank position. Now again, option to drop to the knees. On the next exhale, bend the elbows, slowly lower down. Release to the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Curl the toes, either moving through the knees or pressing up to the high plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge, lift the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, left leg walks forward. Fold in. Root down, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lengthen the chest. Exhale, fold in. Pause here. Step the right foot back. Release the back heel down and walk the left foot over to intersect with the right arch. Spiral open for warrior two position. Strong bend in your front knee. Little arm circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause. Find a strong warrior two, really bending into the left knee, stretching your arms out wide. And then start to gaze over your left fingertips. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, flip the left palm, reverse your warrior. And exhale, hands all the way down towards the mat. Good. Step your left foot back, high plank position. Slowly lower down. Release the tops of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Curl the toes, pressing back up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches. Exhale, walk, step it up to the top of your hands. Take your back foot forward. Fold in. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, refold. Left leg steps back, right foot stays forward. Spin the back heel down, opening up, warrior two. Now you're seeing some of the back of me and reaching out wide. Again, little arm circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the pose, stretch nice and wide. Good, flip the right palm, reverse your warrior, big breath in. Exhale, spiral the hands down towards the mat. Pause here, high plank position. And exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale, arms reach, chest lifts. Exhale, release. And then curl the toes, pressing back into that high plank. And then soften the knees. Coming onto your forearms, curl your toes under and start to lift your knees off the mat. Now you might be here and this might feel like enough, and that's fine. If you feel you have more strength and space, you can start to lift your hips for dolphin pose, just kind of like a down dog on the forearms. But you're gonna walk your feet in a little bit. So pausing here in dolphin pose, again, you can be here. I just want you to keep the shoulders over the elbows and keep working that strength in the arms. Or you're in full dolphin. 5 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, release to the knees. Child's pose. Sit the hips back, soften the forehead to the mat. And slowly walking your hands back towards your knees. Find a comfortable seated position, facing forward. Good. And just kind of wringing that out. Take the shoulders up and back a few times. Good. Stretching your left arm across your body, scooping your right arm underneath, stretching through the shoulders, dropping that left shoulder down. Soften the eyes. And then release that. And then taking that same arm, stretch upward, bend the elbow, going to stretch through the tricep. Taking your right hand to the back of your left tricep. Find that nice stretch. Try not to hunch here around. Keep your body long, tall, chest forward. And then release that again. Right arm sweeps across the body, left arm underneath. Find that stretch through your shoulder. A few breaths here. And then releasing that, taking your right arm skyward, bend the elbow, left arm, help that tricep stretch. One more breath. And release. Interlace your fingers, stretch your palms forward, full breath in as you take your arms skyward. Try not to bring the shoulders to the ears, keep the shoulders down the back. And release. And then same thing here. You're going to take your hands, interlace the hands behind your back. Draw the knuckles down towards your tailbone, lift your chest. Option to stay here or to do a little fold forward. If you have more space in your shoulders, you can start to take your hands away from the tailbone and get a deeper shoulder stretch. And we didn't do a lot of work stretching the shoulders necessarily, so if this isn't something that feels like you just naturally have the space, please do not force your body to go into a more intense shoulder stretch. As you inhale, lengthen your chest forward and release. Now you're welcome to move onto your back for Shavasana, or you're welcome to stay in a seated position, placing again one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. I usually like to come back to this. I find it really grounding and centering. And just taking a moment here to really honor yourself for making it to your mat, for spending the time to give back to your body, to give back to your mind and your overall well-being. If you are in the full Shavasana on your back, feel free to stay there and rest for as long as you like. Otherwise, you can blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick practice. I hope you feel a little more strength in your upper body. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.